Hello, everybody. My name is Jack Strider, and I want to sit back a little bit, so I'm gonna move the mic back to me. Um, so today I wanted to talk about something that is very important to me. Um, it's as a lot of you know, I have like anxiety and depression and all that, and I find my friends really wanting to help me, but they don't quite know. And I see a lot of the times they wish they could help me and they don't know how, so they just kind of leave me be, which in some circumstances is the good call, but in other circumstances I really do want to be around people and talk to people, even if I at the moment don't really want it, if that makes sense. Me in the moment doesn't want it, but me, like of good, solid mind, knows that it's the best thing for me. I wanna start out before I start talking about this. This is my own personal experience. Everyone experiences depression differently. If you know someone who is depressed and you do want to help them, the best thing to do is just have a talk with them. Ask them, you know, what can I do to help you? Probably don't do it when they're having the anxiety attack or they're in a dark place of depression. Ask them when they're in a better mood, and so they can give you an answer that's not biased. But in my experience with me, I guess I'm telling you guys this so that you can kind of have a sense of what it's like, sort of things that would help. There's definitely some things that help me, and maybe it'll help some other people, and just kind of get you in the, yeah. Anyway, so let's see. We got to start with what like sets me off in the depression and anxiety. Something anxiety wise that really it's anything that could alter my mental state. So I'm not talking like alcohol and stuff like that. I'm talking lack of sleep, lack of food, dehydration. It seems like little stuff, but it really does. And so when I'm hungry and I haven't eaten for a while, sometimes I can slip into that, depressed state. And I remember there's a couple of nights ago I was hold on. Sorry about that. Roommates. Anyway, I remember there's a couple weeks back, I want to say like a month or two ago, I was in a pretty bad place. I was just really, I was having bad thoughts, and I was just like, everything sucks and all that. And I was just sitting in my room and my lights were out and I just didn't want to interact with anyone. And my roommate popped his head in, or one of my roommates popped his head in. He was like, "Hey, you want some food? We're making burgers." And I was like, the small rational bit in my head at that moment knew the whole time that I needed food. But the other half of me, the depressed side, was like, I didn't want food, because something you have to understand is that the depressed side and the anxious side aren't rational. They actually want to stay that way. So when you're depressed, when you're anxious, you want to stay that way. You don't want help. And it seems very counterproductive, and it is. And it's very frustrating for a lot of us. But him offering me food was enough for me for that little bit in the back of my head to just say yes. So then he brought me a burger and I ate it, and I felt a lot better, to be honest. And my mind cleared up, and I started socializing. I went outside, I started joking around, and the night got a lot better. And so there's always that little bit in the back, or there's always like that side of you that's fighting you and trying to bring upon you the worst, like the worst, and that's really the part that we struggle to overcome. So if you're looking to help yourself or help a friend, you do either have that conversation with them or have that conversation with yourself and really think about what helps you during those times. Something that really helps me is forcing me to be around people. If I don't want to be around people, if I don't want any of that, if my friend comes in here and hangs out with me, it's a lot better. If we go on a walk together and we just talk about stuff, helps a lot. And it's, like I said, this isn't going to work for everyone. Everyone's a little bit different. But this is what works for me. Let's see, what else? Yeah, being around people, talking with someone, bringing me some food, just giving me a sounding board to vent. Another big thing is I get very anxious when I don't have a plan. Or not when I don't have a plan, but when, I guess I should rephrase this, I get more comfortable when I get more comfortable in a situation when I'm comfortable with the worst outcome, if that makes sense. So, you know, I'm just gonna throw out an example. I don't actually have a job, but I'm working at a job and I turn in an assignment poorly and bad, and my boss is angry at me, and all of a sudden it starts going through my head, oh my god, I'm gonna get fired, which, by the way, with depression and anxiety, a lot of the time the worst case scenario just becomes a reality, and it sucks. And that's what I try to explain to people a lot, is that it's not, you can't just think positive. You can't just be like, oh, I shouldn't think those negative thoughts and it'll be better. You think the worst thing, and all of a sudden that's going to happen. That you've predicted your future, you've seen the future, and that is what is going to happen. And you are set on that path, and you will make excuses as to why that's going to happen, and you're very set on that. And it's rough a lot of the time. It really is. But yeah, if I'm comfortable with that worst outcome, so let's say I turn in that project poorly and, oh my god, I'm going to get fired. And then, Magic comes to me and talks through with me like, okay, what if you get fired? What are we going to do then? You're going to go look for another job. You're going to apply, you're going to get another job. We're going to work this out. Your resume looks good. You're all that, the job market's okay. And at least, like in your part of the job market, and just talk through it, figure out a plan, be prepared, and then I'm more comfortable with the worst case scenario, and all of a sudden I'm more comfortable with the whole scenario, and then all of a sudden I can, function in it properly. And that was the same thing with my grades. It's like, oh my god, what if I get kicked out of my school? Okay, what if you get kicked out of your school? You reapply, you apply to other places, and we work it out. And all of a sudden I was like, okay, yeah, I can do that. And I became much more comfortable, and now I'm able to focus on my grades a lot more. And it's definitely, it's something that a lot of people need to understand, that it's hard to not worry when you have depression and anxiety. I don't know what it's like to not have it, so I can't stereotype everyone else and be like, oh, it's so easy, you just think positive, it's that simple. But it's I can tell you, whatever it is, it's much easier than this. Yeah, I think that's about all I can come up with for right now. Being comfortable with the worst case scenario is a good way to talk through it. Just talking through it, just saying what's wrong and getting it out to someone helps. So venting, food, chocolate is good. It also has chemicals in it that interact with your brain, releasing endorphins that make you feel better. Chocolate, so ergo, chocolate actually chemically makes you feel better, so that's good. So unless they can't eat chocolate is usually good. getting them like up and doing something. Usually when I'm depressed and having an anxiety attack, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to be, like up and moving. I just want to sit in, like, ideally just lay in bed under my covers, not interact with anyone, maybe curl up into a ball somewhere. It's very, very, uncomfortable experience, but it helps a lot to just have someone be like, hey, you want me to sit with you? We can talk. We can share this chocolate bar. Hey, I got you a sandwich. What's up? You want to talk about it? It helps a lot. So I guess to summarize everything, the best way to help someone with depression, anxiety, as far as I know, again, talk with them, figure out what works with them. But as far as me, and I'm sure other people out there, is just be there. Depression and anxiety is so, it's regarded as such like a sickness, like, don't be like, I've almost seen it regarded as like, contagious, and it's not. It's just a bad mindset that people need help working through. That's why we go to therapists. That's why we get medication. But if they really need it, it comes down to just, we need someone there. And having good friends that watch out for us are the best. Watch out for our well-being. And if you know someone with depression, anxiety, and God forbid they're suicidal, just keep an eye out. It's better to know you have friends that care than not. It's better to tell your friend that I care about you and I am here for you and I care about your well-being and I want the best for you, and that's why I want to help you. That's the best thing you can say to them. If you don't know what to say to them, if you don't know how to help, say that. I think that's all I've got. If you want to hear more about this, or you have questions or anything like that, you can tweet me, you can email me. All the information's on my YouTube homepage. So if you just click on my name down here. If you click on my name down here, it'll take you to my page, and then up on the banners, my Twitter and all that. And then if you go to the info tab, my email address. And you can also message me on Facebook. Really, there's so many ways to get in contact with me. You can ask questions and all that. So thank you so much for watching. I really do hope this helps, because as someone who had a couple friends there, but really the more friends the better. I know it helps, and I know a lot of people out there don't have the help. So it's really important. And if you're watching this and you have depression or anxiety or something awful like that, I just want you to know that there's people like me out there. We care. We got to stand together. We got to be strong for each other, because if we're not, who's going to be, right? I know that I try and make people laugh, because I know how shitty the world can be through someone like my eyes, with someone with, you know what I mean. I try and make people laugh because I don't want people to go through what I go through. I know how shitty life can be, and I don't want people's lives to be that shitty. So I try and make people laugh, and I try and make people happy, and that's what I do in life. So, it's rough, and it's nice to have people there. It's nice to have a community that supports you. And I just want you to know that if you haven't reached out to anyone, I'm here. That's why I put my YouTube videos up originally, is I just wanted to make people happy. I wanted to make people laugh. That was the whole reason, to make people laugh. I watched Markiplier, and he helped me through a very dark time, and I wanted to do that for people. I wanted to help people like that. I wanted to improve people's lives through laughter and smiles. So, yeah. message me. Contact me. I'll make more videos, I swear. I'm around. I'm here. This is what I do. I am a student, and can I help you? I am making a video. Yes, I will call you back in a moment. Relax. Thank you. I'm a college student and I'm a YouTuber. That's pretty much all I do. And I play some video games and I stream. But I spend any time that I'm not in class, I spend about 90% of my other time in this room. It's really sad, but it's also kind of fun. So why not spend the time with me when watching my videos, right? Anyway, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope you I'm so sorry. I really hope you subscribe because I like subscribers. They make me know that people care. Likes as well, that too. So yeah, thank you for subscribing and liking. For those of you who have, everyone who hasn't, you should go do it right now. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.